My name is JoAnn Ellis, and I'm a Chickasaw fluent speaker, and I also teach at East Central University.
My name is Vicki Penner. I am the retail manager at Chickasaw Cultural Center, and I'm also a wife and grandmother. This book is our first book. It's Ilimpa'chi, and it is about native Chickasaw foods. I've always been kind of interested in recipes, so JoAnn and I started collecting recipes from elders and from Chickasaw families. Today we're going to make a traditional pumpkin soup. This is a savory fall soup. We start out with a large pot, and in it I have 3 tablespoons of butter and about a half of a large onion or a whole small onion. And you cook those onions in the butter until they are tender and transparent but not brown. Chickasaw didn't eat much buffalo. It was mainly deer and a lot of rabbit and squirrel.
Our traditional food is pashofa and grape dumpling. We also cook, the poke salad and wild onions.
So I'm gonna turn this up just a little bit, and JoAnn's gonna pour the pumpkin in here. I'm gonna stir this all together until the onion kind of mingles in with the pumpkin. Add about a teaspoon of nutmeg. JoAnn, you wanna add the salt and pepper and turmeric. A teaspoon of pepper. There's the salt. And the turmeric. It enhances the yellow color, and it also gives it a lot of nutritive value. We're gonna cook that until it gets hot. Back in the homeland, we would have traded for all kinds of spices. We could trade for flour, and you can see a lot of old photographs of women pounding their own corn. And cornmeal's easy to make. You just pound your corn, and they would use a long, tall pole, and they would you can see them pounding into a bowl, and they would come up with their cornmeal, and that's what they cooked their cornbread with.
I can remember when my grandmother and my mother would make biscuits. I would watch them cook, and I thought one day I'm going to learn how to make all that stuff.
As we lived in our homes and back in the homeland, we had gardens just like everybody else. We had squash and corn and beans, and we grew a garden, and we preserved the mothers and the daughters preserved the food and kept them all winter for us. And we're going to gradually add the chicken stock, and then we'll gradually add a cup of heavy cream. And that really makes it thick and rich tasting. Okay, I'm gonna serve some of it up. And as you can see, it's a really pretty fall soup. I consider it an honor to be able to cook for my family. And I would consider it a great honor if my children continued that legacy, and if they cooked for their children and brought their families home to dinner. I would consider that my greatest feat.